I had to choose between my wife and my lifelong dream. 18 months ago, my wife sat me down at the kitchen table and told me she had cancer, ovarian, stage 3. She'd gotten the results that morning and waited until I came home from class to tell me. My world went black. I'm dropping out, I told her instantly. I'm taking care of you, you're going. No! She slammed her fist on the table before I even finished my sentence. You've worked too hard for this. You're not dropping out because of me. I looked at her. I thought about how I'd enrolled in college 8 months ago, how it was her idea, but my dream first. You see, when I was 17, I got accepted into the state's engineering program. I'd been building things my whole life. Go-karts out of lawnmower parts, a treehouse with working electricity. Engineering was all I ever wanted. But 2 weeks before freshman year, my dad had a stroke. My mom couldn't stay home, so I did. Gave up my scholarship, got a job at the warehouse. I told myself it was temporary. Then I met Jolene. We got married at 22. She got pregnant. The warehouse became permanent. But Jolene never let me forget my dream. She found the old acceptance letter in a box in the closet once. She held it up and said, "You should be building things, not moving boxes." I heard that sentence 10,000 times over 15 years. I'd always say maybe next year. Next year never came. Then one night she sat me down at the kitchen table. Same table where she'd tell me about the cancer 8 months later. She had this look on her face. "I enrolled you. Online, state university, engineering. Classes start in September." I told her we couldn't afford it. She said she'd been saving for 2 years without telling me. I told her I was too old. She said the only thing I was too old for was excuses. I told her I'd probably fail. She grabbed my hand. "You won't. But even if you do, at least you tried. I've watched you give up on yourself for 15 years. I'm not watching it for 15 more." I started that fall, and I loved it more than anything. I felt truly happy. We started planning for what we could do when I graduated, how we could live our dreams. Then 8 months later, she was diagnosed. The doctors said treatment could work, could not. It was uncertain. I drove her to her first chemotherapy appointment the same week I had midterms. I'd quiz myself on formulas in the waiting room while she sat in the chair with the IV in her arm. When we got home, I made her soup. When she couldn't keep it down, I held her hair back. When she was too tired to walk upstairs, I carried her. I went to class. I came home. I took care of her. I studied after she fell asleep. For 18 months, that was the routine. Unfortunately, the treatment wasn't working. She lost her hair. She lost 30 pounds. She lost the ability to drive, then cook, then shower without help. But every time I came home from class, she'd ask the same thing. "What did you learn today?" I'd sit on the edge of the bed and tell her about load-bearing structures or circuit design or thermodynamics. She'd nod like it was the most interesting thing she'd ever heard. Some nights she'd fall asleep while I was still talking. I'd keep talking anyway. Around month 16, she stopped asking. She was too tired. Around month 17, she stopped getting out of bed. Around month 18, the doctors told me it was time to call hospice. My graduation was 6 weeks away. I contacted the dean, told him everything. Told him she'd pushed me to enroll. Told him she wanted to see me graduate more than anything. Told him I didn't think she'd make it to May. He called me back the next day. They'd arranged a ceremony. April 3rd, her hospital room. I didn't tell her. That morning, I put on my cap and gown in the hospital bathroom. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I walked into her room. She was lying in bed, barely strong enough to keep her eyes open. But when she saw me, her whole face changed. She tried to sit up. The nurse helped her. She didn't say anything. She just looked at me. The dean handed me my diploma. I walked over and knelt beside her bed, put it in her hands. She held it like it was made of glass. Then she started clapping. Weak, barely any sound, but she clapped. The nurse clapped. The dean clapped. She pulled me close. I could barely hear her voice. I knew you could do it. I always knew. I stayed with her the rest of the day, held her hand. She kept looking at the diploma on the table beside her. Around 8 p.m., she fell asleep forever. The diploma was on the table. She'd turned it so it faced her pillow. It was the last thing she saw before the love of my life closed her eyes for the last time. I held her hand until the next morning.